Welcome along, fellow drifters. This video is going to be going through the battle section of the game. So previously we've covered the My page, we've covered the friends functions, the team functions, we've covered all the main functions you see on this My page screen here. We've also covered the garage functions. Now we're going to be focusing on the race aspects of the game. There's this, and then there's a couple more things, a couple more main things left to go, and then that'll be it for navigation tutorials. Without further ado, let's get into the battle screen. Now, before we advance on, when there's an event going on, you will see this pop up on right next to the battle screen here, telling you what kind of event type is running. Which right now there's a survival race event running at the moment. So you can either press on the battle button itself, or you can even tap on this survival race pop-up button here and it'll take you to the battle screen. Now if we move this menu to the side here, this is what the battle screen will normally look like. Now if we ignore the event stuff on the left hand side and we ignore this for a moment, these three buttons here are the main things you are going to be seeing throughout the game, and are the core, the main core of the game besides the events. So you've got the day of the week battles, you've got real-time battle, and then you've got the story mode. Now we'll go through it from left to right. So on the left, whenever there's an event running, there will be an event box on the left here, which will be different depending on what kind of event is running, whether it be time attack, whether it be team battle royale, whether it be survival race, whether it be battle royale, or whether it be a boss battle event, or even a national conquest. I think I already said that. Anyway, whatever event type there is. Oh, and in between events as well, there's a strengthening campaign, which special races will show up on the very left. So that is where you'll find all your event stuff. Everything relating to events, always on the left. Same with this rectangular box that shows up on the left here. There are the rare times where two boxes can appear at the same time, which would be overlap from a previous event into a new event. That can happen, but this button here will contain all the event information. So like if I tap on it, you can see all the information pertaining to the actual event itself. Now I've explained events previously before, so if you need to know how to navigate those menus and that, you can check out my event guides on the channel, which are still up to date. Now on the screen, if you have not used your gas chance yet, it will be on this screen as well. This is the only other screen you will see the gas chance show up. And with the top, you can see at the top here that if we go back to the My page, your coins and gold do not show up on the battle screen. Your total nitrous count shows up instead, because you're not looking at going to the garage or anything like that at the moment. So really the most important thing to know is how much gas you've got. If you tap on the plus button here, like if you're running out of nitrous, you'll get redirected immediately to the shop where you can get more nitrous if you want. However, I highly recommend that you do not, I repeat, do not get nitrous from the shop. There's an easier way to do it. So we'll go back to the battle screen. Whoops, I opened that menu too much. This pop-up only shows up when you've done a certain number of races and gotten a certain number of wins, where the game will be like, hey, here's a random person to play against, and if you win, you will get a single nitrous. Now, these races do offer quite a lot of XP, quite a lot of coins, and racing score, I believe it is. But it's a single time challenge that appears for half an hour from its first appearance, and then once the half an hour is up, it disappears completely, and then you'll have to keep doing more races to get a new one. Now, if you don't want to do this race, you can skip it if you wish by pressing this button here. But we'll just explore this menu first. So here I can choose auto options. So if I want the game to auto drive, so if I want the game to play by itself, I can use that. If I wanted to use nitrous, I can hit the nitrous tick box, and Namiko's here saying that during the battle, like every single nitro slot will be used, and the most recommended nitro spots will be used. So whatever the developers have determined for each track, the best nitro spots for the game to do it automatically, as would normally happen against AI opponents, the nitros will fire up at those points. You'll have no control over the game whatsoever. So if you turn the nitro button off and you just have the game auto drive, you will still have some control over the game, just mainly on the NOS. And if you press this here, you can check to see what companion you've got equipped on your car and what companion your opponent's got equipped. So you can actually get an idea, gauge and get an idea beforehand as to what your opponent is running. So you know which car to change to, if you need to change your companions or whatever, and so on. And up in this top right corner here is a quick access feature to our pre-race settings. Now these pre-race settings, I will explain them here. I'll explain them again in the settings video. But here at the top, you've got three different options. You've got your graphics settings where you can change to low graphics, medium graphics, or high graphics. Now these other settings here, we've got the headlights. Like I can only know the basic pronunciations, but I do remember. Okay, it's reflection of headlights, sorry. So, if you don't want headlight reflections, you can turn this off, like if it's too graphically taxing, or if you want them, you can turn them on. Now the light trails, you will see like when the car drifts during the night and stuff, you'll see the tail lights and the headlights, you'll see trails that are left behind as your car moves. If it's too graphically taxing, you can turn that off, or you can turn that on. Now this one is for car special effects. Now, there are some cars that have different auras, and there is, for example, the Mazda 787B, which has that very special non-drifting effect. If the game is too taxing with that on, you can just turn that off, and it will disable every single special effect there is, except for the normal Spirits auras. It's just for the car-specific ones. So like, turning this off will turn every single aura car into normal auras, but if you turn this back on, every single car that has an individual unique aura will show up as they're supposed to be. And then this button here is just pertaining to this actual menu itself. So if you have this turned off, like I do, you will never be prompted with this again at the start of each race. So like I can just tap into a race and it will not show me this menu. If I turn this on, however, we back out of this, we go back into here, and let's see what happens if I try to start this race. See, there's a different menu. This time the start button is down the bottom, and it's got these settings I can double check if I want to change any of them before going into the race. So I'm going to go off, I'm going to get out of this, and because I don't want to do this race, I'm going to skip it. Now you do get a prompt if you hit this, it will just cancel the skip. If you press skip, bang, that race disappears. Now, this is the day of the week battles that I've just clicked into. So you've got 3 different difficulties here. Each difficulty shows you how much nitrous the opponent uses, how much power you're going to roughly need to beat them. It's not always the best advice. Like it's good advice what they've given you, but sometimes the opponents are just that bit stronger that you need a lot more power behind your car, and you'll need to use quite a bit of NOS to beat them in some cases. Oh, excuse me, sorry. So day of the week changes to different things every single day. So each day has a different item you can earn, or items you can earn. So on Mondays, so this is all relative to Japan time, by the way. So remember, whatever time it is in Japan, whatever day it is in Japan, that is what's going to show up, and you'll have to just convert that to your time zone. So on Mondays, it's engines. Tuesdays, you get transmissions. Wednesday, you get enhancement kits. Thursday, you get nitrous kits. Friday, you get ECUs. Saturday, you get tires. And Sunday, you get car metal tokens. Now, I mean, the order is a bit off with tires being on the Saturdays. When in reality, tires comes up, like tires is listed after transmissions in the garage, but it's how Bandai Namco have developed the game. That is how it is. See, each difficulty, if I can tap in this one here, so it'll show you the car you'll be up against, and it'll also show you the name of the track you're going to be racing on as well. Now, really, this is just up to you to remember these tracks. With Monday to Saturday, the tracks will generally be the same, they will not change. Sundays, however, is when the dirt courses kick in and they take over as the regular tracks, so you'll need to keep that in mind. Sunday will be the one that just throws you off if you're not quite prepared. And then again, get back into it. You will see like how much gas you're going to use, how much XP you're going to get, how much ranking score you're going to get, and how much coins you're going to get as well. And with cars, if a car has been powered down, you will see this down arrow. And if you click on this here, you'll actually see how much power the car's been reduced by, which all pertains to your car's fighting spirit. Alright, and now before getting into real-time battles, we'll go into these other functions here. So, verse battle is where a lot of Drift Spirit's content on like YouTube and stuff was like primary sourced before real-time battle was a thing. So verse battle, you will get given six random opponents that are close to your level. You can verse any of these players. It won't be live. There won't be live races, so you'll be racing against just their cars. They use no nitrous whatsoever. Keep that in mind, no nitrous whatsoever. You can pick any opponent you want. If you don't like these opponents, you can hit this button here, and it'll refresh the opponent list. So like if I go up against, say, this person here, it'll show me what course it's going to set me up on, as the name just above the auto section there. And it'll also show me like what XP I'm getting, what rank score I'm getting, coins, and so on. And if I go into here, the track is actually quite the same across all of them. So if I refresh again, track is still the same. So the track refreshes with every single race you do in verse battle. It's just the opponents you have control over, so I can keep refreshing until I get a really slow opponent like this one, and I can get that for an easy win. One thing to keep in mind with verse battle, this is only when you're versing random opponents. Every 3 victories will give you 5 nitrous tanks. So realistically, the best way to farm nitrous is to just keep doing random races over and over. And by the time you do 30 races in a row, you've already gotten yourself 50 nitrous tanks. If you keep that going and going, 300 races, that gets you 500, and 3,000 gets you 5,000. It's quite a lot. It builds up quite a lot and gets stored into your presence. Now there's 2 more buttons down here. You got team members, which you can race team members. So I can look through my entire team and say like I want to pick what does Coolsy miss? Okay, I'm gonna have to ask my team member about this. Okay, alright. Alright, for a little bit of context here for those not aware, because I haven't really shared this on YouTube before. The Liberty Silhouette works GT Nissan 35 GT-RR35. That is one car I was really hoping to get, and this team member managed to pull it, and I was very jealous. I think if they're referring to the pulls on gold orders and stuff that I miss, that was pretty good. Alright, now, forgetting that, moving on. As you notice at the bottom, when you do a race, you'll only get 1 extra nitrous tank as a reward if you manage to win. So what happens in races, like in friends battles and team battles, when you do a race, any nitrous you use, if you win, you'll get all of it back, plus extra. So when you're sending team members or friends battles, you will get, so like if I use 3 nitrous, I'll get 3 nitrous back, and then I'll get an extra 1 on top, so I'll get 4 in total. And it's a great way to actually farm nitrous if you have the same day limited nitrous. So like if you have 3 same day limited nitrous as an example, it'll use all of them up first, because the game will always use same day limited nitrous first. And then you would get an extra 1 on top, so you'd pretty much be getting 4 permanent nitrous tanks for free. It's another way to farm nitrous, but I would be very careful against 3-nossing friends or team members, because there is quite a whole etiquette behind it. People view 3-nossing in high-powered cars as quite disrespectful. So if you have any friends or team members that you do want to 3-nos, generally just ask them about it first. Ask them about it first, just to make sure they're going to be okay with it. Or if you want to try and, you know, avoid getting someone angry, use a slower car, like quite a slow car, but race as best you can to beat your opponent in the 3-nos. So that way, when they do the race, they can just race you back, race you normally without using any NOS at all, maybe just 1, and beat you like there's no tomorrow. So like if I have a look through here, probably show up on my friends list. Let's see, because I know some people do write in their little bio things. Oh, NOS farm. See, look, Phantom. This is one of my other alt accounts that I use on BlueStacks for checking like Android updates and stuff. Here we go, Gary Eka, NOS dummy. So if they make it clear that you can spam NOS, then that's okay. If they haven't made it clear, always double check. See, like even this account here for NOS prep GBR, it's okay to spam NOS. It's okay to race against that account as hard as you want. But yeah, always check if the person you're going to be racing against. Now, back to... whoops. Wrong button. There. Let's go back to Legends thing. Right, now. There's an extra option that has popped up that only pops up in friend battles and team battles. This button here. This lets you pick any track in the game that you've unlocked, which is relative to your story progress. So whatever racetrack you've unlocked in the story mode, you can have a look through all these tracks and pick which one you want to race on. So you can go, it's like from the different New York Street ones, you can even go to the highway ones, you can even go back to Hakone, or if you're feeling funky and it's like, you know what, I want something unique, then you can just go random, and the game will be like, okay, I'm going to give you the most random track possible out of all of those tracks. So I'm going to leave this on Ashigara. You can even set it to night if you really want to, which, hey, the night looks cool. I'm going to leave it on night. Night's fun. Yeah, and then you can just hit start race and you're ready to go, but I'm not going to do that. And with this list here, there's 3 different filters you can use for sorting out friends. Now, what you can do, you can sort it by player that was last logged in, driver level, and car power. So like I can sort this up and down, so I can see who was last logged in on Drift Spirits, and I can sort again who was the most recent person online. Same works with friend battles, and same works with the friend battle list. Now this middle button here, if you press this button, this will actually show you a list of friends or team members. So if I go in here, friends or team members that have already raced against you and you haven't sent them a race yet. So if say like 5 team members have sent me a challenge and I haven't sent them one back, their names will show up here. Otherwise you can just hit this button here and it'll simply take you back to the regular list here. So it's sort of like a sorting, it's sort of like another sorting filter, if you really want. But one thing to keep in mind, because like I've already raced against my own account as an example. I had to get something set up, so my other account is not going to show up here anymore for the rest of the day. And then once it's tomorrow, once the day resets, my other account will show up back in this list. So really it just depends on who's sending you races and who's not. Completely up to you. Now, that's that whole verse thing there. Now if I back out, look at that, I just got a challenge from my other account. Well, actually it wasn't a challenge, it was this is a revenge battle. So I sent a battle to my alt account, and my alt account has sent a revenge battle back. So with this revenge battle, I can only get one nitrous, so I can do this race and get that free nitrous. So that way you're able to make, so that way you're able to get 2 extra NOS if the other person responds to you. You get 1 from the initial sending of the challenge, and then 1 from the revenge of the challenge. So if I want to, I can do this race if I really want to. You'll see. All right, actually, you know what? Let's switch, because with revenge battles, the other person will not get a response back. So I can jump into this and spam my account with 3 NOS. My other account is not going to see this revenge race whatsoever. Oh, that was a mess up on that drift there. And there we are, that's challenge done. 3 NOS. So now what happens in the rewards, I hit that and I get 4 NOS as a prize from the 3 I used, and then the 1 extra. And now I will have received, and see, the challenge disappears now that I've completed it. Whenever you get challenges or revenge battles from a friend or a team member, they will only stay there for half an hour. Once time passes, they will disappear completely. If I refresh the battle screen, I have just gotten a challenge from my alt. So on this one, it actually shows you how much NOS they've used. So on this here, you'll see the number 3. That's 3 nitrous they've used. And it even shows the color here. So with the amount of nitrous someone uses, if it's just grey, they haven't used any nitrous. If it's blue, they've used 1. If it's red, they've used 2. And if it's yellow, they've used 3. It looks like the Battle Royale races. Exactly like the Battle Royale events. The blue, the red, and the yellow. Just there's no purple color though, for friend battles. Now, whatever race, whatever track someone sends you a challenge on, you are stuck on that track. You can't change that track. Select this here. It shows me the track I've got. The track that's been selected. I'm not allowed to change this track in this friend challenge here. So it's up to me whether I accept the battle or whether I skip it. I'm just going to leave that sitting there for now because I don't need to go into it. Just a little note here, with the team members, it's not very different as to how it looks. It's just purple all around, and it's just got the word team in Japanese. That's the only difference between friends and teams. Now we move on to ranking. This is a feature that not many people really take notice of. Well, what ranking is here? Look, I've gotten prizes from a previous season, which I haven't even checked. Like, I don't check this screen very often, just list prizes that I've gotten and have actually gone up a class or not. But this here is this is what RS is for. It's for your ranking score against every other player in the game. So like you've got 5 different grades here. I believe it's 6 actually. No, hang on. Yeah, 5 different grades. So with the different grades, you get different prizes, and there's also different classes you can be in. So you start in B class, and you work your way up. So like you get certain prizes, and then you get more and more as you progress. So like this is another good way. Like if you're in D class or C class, it's a good way for you to get your first extra bits of nitrous, even enhancement kits and tickets. And as you upgrade in classes, you will get much better prizes, all the way up until you get up to S class, which are they're the best races in, like the best races in the game. Well, I mean, it is a bit debatable, but it's whoever's been playing the most and gotten the most points. That is what the whole class system and ranking score system is based on. With going up classes, you need to be in the top 20%, so you need to be in grade 3, 2, or 1 to go upper class. If you're in grade 4, you stay in the class you're in. If you hit grade 5, you go down a class. So keep in mind, if you don't race much, you will end up going down a class, and you'll have to work again to get back up. So this button here, this shows you the ranks at the moment for each class. Here you can have a look through all the different players and the ranks they are in. I can go to S class. Wow, that's a name I haven't seen for quite a while, but he's quite famous in Spirits. Gundam. I'll go off on a little side note in just a second, but yeah, this is like another example of, see, it just shows the top 10. If you're not in this class, you cannot see who else is around your rank, because it only pertains to what rank you are in that class. So you got the top 10 for this one. Pharaoh's 1, I've seen them before. Now you've got this second class. It's A class, which I am in. I'm around 3,000. And you've got B class. Some players get lots of points in these classes. So you got the B class here, and then you've got C class, and then you've got D class. See, the lower you get, the lower the points are, because they're mainly players that are starting out and then they're moving up to higher classes. Now if I go back, Gundam is famous. Holy moly! Gundam is famous for getting over level 1000. He's at level 1079. No one else in the game has gotten that far before. This guy plays the game a lot. Like, massive kudos to him. He got a shout out during the 10th anniversary live stream of Drift Spirits. This was a bit of a side note, but it's crazy to see his name show up. And now I'm gonna do this because I have respect for this player. Crazy good. Alright. That's a little side tangent out of the way. Sidetracking. And then this is the price. You can look at all the prices you can get for each class. This here will compare. We'll have a look at your previous season performance, so last week's performance. So I can press this button left here to see where I ranked. Like I can have a look through the top 10 of each class again. Gundam is up there again. Crazy. If I go back, I can have a look at my friends list as well. See who was in the higher ranks out of all of my friends, and see where I place. See, I placed 14th for my main, and my alt I placed 15th in my friends list. Interesting. Yeah. So that's that. And then if you want to look at your friends ranking for the current season, the current week, you can have a look through here. See, where am I now? Okay, see, there I am, 17th, and my alt account is 19th. Not much. But yeah, this is all my friends list here, and all their rankings. Go Blues, man. Go Blues, man. And that's the whole weekly ranking system. Now, the last button down here is the previous events archive. So these previous events do not last very long. Once enough events have passed, no, the other ones will cycle out, and you'll never be able to see the information on them again. So friend ranking only shows your current friends. So if you had different friends during these events, you unfriended them for whatever reason, and you added new ones in, you go check these, you will see your current friends, like friends you've got now, what their ranks were before. So if you were never able to see their ranks before, you'll be able to do that now. It's kind of like a interesting little loophole. But anyway, so I can look through all these different events. So like I can look through boss battle, I can look through battle royale, look through the survival race event, national conquest, boss battle again. See all the different previous events if I want to have a gauge of like how well I did, what prizes I got and unfortunately missed. So like I didn't claim companion here, I didn't claim any of those tokens, and so you can have a look through all the different prizes and stuff. If I wish, even event bonuses as well, so you can do all the normal functions of event information like you would as if you're running that event. Alright, and now with that out of the way, before we get into real-time battle, because I want to dedicate a whole section to it, because it's been the latest thing in Drifts, and it's a whole different area of racing in the game, the story mode. Now, there's two different stories in the game. There's the first story, which was the original story, where basically you're trying to help Namiko find her brother, and at the same time you're trying to find the Emperor of Hakone, which spoiler alert, Namiko's brother is the Emperor until you defeat him. And there's a hard mode, like a hard version of Story 1, which ends up being the same as the first story. The prizes are bad though, they haven't updated the prizes at all for hard mode. So like you can go through it if you want, because at the end of Area 12, there's actually 3 bosses. There's the Emperor, the Emperor's Determined mode, and then there's Penguin Emperor, which, from what I could translate quite a while ago, from what I can remember, it was the player having a weird dream after being knocked out, and you're racing against a Penguin Emperor. If you beat the Penguin Emperor, you will get this avatar. So like, if you want to play as the Emperor in a penguin suit, you might as well grind all the way through hard mode. The races aren't that difficult nowadays with all the powerful cars we've got. Back then it was quite hard. Years and years ago it was quite hard, but now it's a easy cakewalk. No difficulties whatsoever. And with the bosses you use double gas, they won't give you as much XP. Once you've beaten the first story, you will unlock the second story, and then you can progress through all of that, where in this one you're trying to find Namiko's dad, and like you hear rumblings about this really fast guy in the city, which turns out to be Namiko's dad, Hyuga, and he turns out to be who's known as God Hand, who is like the best driver there is, and his car is incredibly powerful. If you don't have a fast car, you're not going to be able to beat it. I have seen people beat this boss with like about 800 power or so, but like you gotta be able to drive your car very well and get very lucky with the spirits and stuff. Yeah, that is story mode in a nutshell. It's a good way to get lots of gold, because you get gold throughout all these races, except for Story 1, Area 7 through to 12. So if you're looking to build up lots of gold, go through all those races and you get tons and tons of gold. Absolutely recommend going through it all. Now, moving on to real-time battle. This is the game's live aspect. For so many years, real-time battle was never a thing. If you wanted to feature someone in a YouTube video, you would have to send them races. You'd send one, they'd send one back, and then you'd record that on a video. Many different Drift Spirits YouTubers did that all the time. It was like it was a full on thing. And then I think it was about a couple of years. Okay, so it was around 2020, before the 7th anniversary. Real-time battle was introduced, and this was where everything changed. Now you could play against people in real time. You didn't have to worry about sending races and then waiting for a response. You could just do it in real time. There's 3 different aspects for ranked for real-time battle. There's ranked battles, there's free battle, and then there's room battle as well. So room battle is you can set up a room and just have a casual race against people, or if you're wanting to set up a tournament, this is a good way to do it. So I'm looking through here, there's different rooms I can join. If I hit this here, I can refresh the list to see if any new rooms have showed up. And in these rooms, they have different conditions to them. So like with this room here, I need to have 1150 power or higher. Companions are allowed, NOS is allowed, companion skills are allowed. Oh no, sorry, not that blue people okay icon. That's whether it's public or whether it's like friends, teams only. That's a semi, so it's public. Companion skills are on. The slingshot catch up is on. The rubber band. There's no power weight limit, and ultimate rule is set to on. So like I can join this room here, and see this is what's called a matching room. So now I'm in this room. I can chat in this room if I really want to. Like I can type a message in here, which I'm not going to, or I could send these stickers if I really want to. If I want to play against someone, I can ready myself up, and then what will happen, I will get into a live race with someone. I'll be in a live race, ready to go, and it's 100% real time, so whatever your opponent is doing, it translates over to your game, and then vice versa. So like, let's see if we can watch. See, look, oh, 2 people just readied up. Whoop, it must have matched someone from down the bottom. Yeah, that orange icon, which it's gone now, means someone's readied up. And then if someone else readies up, you will get immediately paired in and the race will begin. These red icons means these people are currently playing. Oh, let's see, 2 people readied up. Will the game... Oh, hang on. Oh, 2 people readied up. Yep, there we go. Those 2 people have just engaged in a battle. So you can't interrupt them. You can't race against them. And yeah, these people... And it even shows in the logs here who's won and who's lost a race. Which it's cool to see. Now, I can tap on this button here. It shows me details of all the rooms. Shows me if there's like an invite code. Shows me who's the host, which this player is the host. What rank they're in real-time battle. And it shows all the individual settings in bigger images. So if I don't want to race against anyone, because I don't want to risk playing... I'll see everyone's in the battle, so I can hit ready up, then I'm ready up, and I quickly unready. I can't race against anyone. And I can also change my car as well. The problem is, if the room has power conditions, and any car doesn't meet those conditions, you cannot select them. See, all these different cars, I'm not allowed to equip them because they do not meet the restrictions. Only this car does. And if I don't want to be in this room anymore, I can just exit it, and that's all finished. Now, if you've been invited to a room, you press this button here and you'll see a list of rooms that you've been invited to. If not, you just go back to the left button there, or take you back to the main room page where you can see all the lists. Now, if you want to search for a room, you can hit room number. I can type some random room number here, which room numbers always have 4 digits. Nothing shows up there. Actually, let's get back into this room here, open up these details. Okay, no. So if you've gotten a room number, which we'll get into that in just a moment. Sorry. Oh, there it is. There. Okay, so rooms are made up of 6 numbers. So if I want to put in, so let's see. So 421. Boom, boom, boom. When that, no room comes up. So if I need to search for room numbers, I can do it like this. If I want to filter rooms by certain settings, I can use this here, so I can change like what the minimum power should be, what the maximum power should be, if it's related to friends or teams, if nitrous on or off, skills on or off, rubber banding, power, ultimate rule. I can do this, hit OK, and then the filters get applied. And then if I don't want to apply the filters, I can just put all these on, hit the clear button, and it just backs out of this menu. Now if you want to make your own room, hit this button on the right here, and there's many different options you can choose. So you've got matching style, which whichever 2 players are quick to match up against each other, you will match up against that player. Ring is when everyone cycles through races, so you match up against everyone in the room eventually, like as it progresses. And then this is the spectate. This is the matching and spectator mode. So the host chooses who they want to match people with. Yeah, nomination and spectator. Yeah, so the host nominates who's going to be racing, and then everyone in that room can watch that race. It's quite cool. So like everyone can enjoy a live battle between 2 players. It's crazy cool to watch. I've done it before, like with a tournament I was helping set up, and it's pretty darn cool. So if you want to do that, you can. Now, if you want to change the comment of the room, so like let's race, or let's face. Okay, I'm not good at spelling. Let's race. There we go. So before anyone joins the room, like that, they will see "Let's race" as the main room description. If you want to enter a passcode on the rooms to stop other people from getting in, you can just put in a passcode there. It can only be 4 numbers. So if anyone wants to join the room, they have to enter that passcode to get in. And then you got all these different, all these different settings that you can change here. So like you can set a handicap, ultimate rule, and so on and so on. Now, I will explain a couple things. So, if nitrous is turned off, you can't use nitrous whatsoever. It's pure driving skills. Keep that in mind. If you do enter a room with no nitrous and you are wondering where the nitrous button has gone, it could be you're in a room with this setting off. Keep that in mind. Companion skills. So, things like excellent range increases, rocket start increases, and even super nitrous. If this setting is switched to off, none of those things are allowed, which is what happens in free battles. No, there's no companion skills whatsoever, so no one gets an advantage. It's all on the same level playing field. Rubber banding is a mechanic that real-time battle uses to help players catch up if they're too far behind. So what it does, when the game detects you're quite a distance away from the lead car, rubber banding kicks in and your car slowly gains a lot more speed than what it normally would. Depending on what power the cars are, depends on how much rubber band strength the game gives you. If your car is very slow, it'll give you a lot of rubber banding strength. If your car's already really fast, the rubber banding is not going to do much for you at all. And then we've got the handicap rule. So in free battle, how it works, whoever's got the lowest power car, their car stats are copied over onto the other player's car stats. So if my opponent has a 600 power car, for example, and I've got a 1000 power car, the 600 power car stats gets copied over to my car, and then my power is made equal with them. In ranked battle, there's different penalties that go, like there's different handicaps, which eventually it starts at 50 and then slowly decreases to absolutely nothing. So what happens with a 51, if we go back to the same example, so 600 gets copied over to mine, and then my power and stats, no, my power increases up to 50, so its stats get boosted, but it's still copied from the other player's car. And there goes the train pass. Okay. So that's what happens with 50, and then the same happens for 40. So that, so you've got, oh, okay, so, no, sorry, it starts with a 10, like, it's absolutely equal, there's no difference, and then starts at, like, there's a 10 power difference, 20 power difference, 30 power difference, 40 power difference, and 50 power difference, and then eventually in ranked battle, there is no difference whatsoever. So that, it's a good way to help players in ranked battle not get left too far behind. However, it can be used to throw off other players. So like if you have a car that is absolutely no handling whatsoever, like it's very, very low, and your speed and acceleration stat is cranked all the way up, you can throw people off really, really hard. Some people can go into races thinking, oh, my car's going to be fine, and then they're cornering very slow, wondering what the heck is happening, and you're just happily sitting there blasting through corners and whooping their butts because you know what the strategy is. Some people do it. I do not recommend it because you're gonna get people annoyed at you. Now, ultimate rule is a rule that only applies to 9th, 10th, and 11th rank. But what ultimate rule is, the first corner will always be spirits if you get an excellent. So ultimate rule, it's a game, it's a test of your skill, how long you can keep a chain of spirits going for until you mess up, or until you get to the end, because some people are quite skilled where they're able to race really fast and keep the chain going for the whole race. It's the ultimate test of skill to see whether you can handle the pressure, whether you know the points of the track really well, whether you know your car really well. It's a great training tool in room battles, and I absolutely recommend using it. And then once I've got all the settings done, if I hit this button here, the room is created, or not created just yet, but like I can invite people if I really want to. I can search up someone's ID and invite them. I can hit that. No, I can invite randoms if I really want to. So like there's a whole list of random people here that I can just spam invites, which some do, unfortunately. If I hit this orange button here, it will select every single person possible. I'll unselect it, and then I can go create room, and now the room is created. So like because I'm the host, I can invite players if I really want to. Now, if I don't want to stay in this room anymore, I can exit it. If you are the host, it will close the room down if you're the only person in there. If someone else is in there though, and you leave the room, most likely it'll just assign host to a random player. That is room battle in a nutshell. So free battle, you get 10 races a day. If you win, you get some random prizes, which can range from enhancement kits to same day nitrous, same day gas tanks, and even some coins. And the rules for free real-time battle is power is equal, companion skills are turned off, rubber banding is on, nitrous is on, there's no ultimate rule. So remember, whoever's got the lowest power, the highest power car will be forced to match them. Keep that in mind. Now, ranked battle is where it is at. This is the big one. This is where like a lot of people have been pushing their focus to, and where a lot of the 8-star car meta is driven into. So I'll go back. If I press this button here, I can look at the different prizes for each rank, and it shows us what season we're in. So we're currently in season 43, and seasons run for a whole month. And as you can see, I'm in 9th at the moment, and I've claimed all these other avatars previously. Everyone starts in the first class. That's what it's called, because it's second class, first class. You start in those two classes there, and then you grade up to first rank, second rank, third rank, fourth rank, fifth rank, sixth rank, seventh rank, eighth rank, ninth rank, 10th rank, and then there's 11th rank, which is the absolute maximum rank. Now when you get to 6th rank, you'll get 1500 gold, which is the maximum gold you can get in real-time battle. It's unfortunate that they don't want to increase the prices from there on, which it would encourage a lot more competition, but this is Bandai Namco doing this. They can do whatever they want. There is a 12th rank that's been promising soon, which will probably come out after I make this video. Won't be surprising. Now what happens in the ranked battles, the handicaps, when you're in first class and second class, I believe, if I remember correctly, the handicap is like same power, and then when you're first rank, there's a 10 power difference, second rank there's a 20 power difference, third rank there's a 30 power difference, fourth there's a 40 power difference, fifth there's a 50 power difference, and then once you're in 6th rank, it's limits off, no copying of stats whatsoever. You are on your own, you have to be fast, or you are going to be slow. There's no handicaps for you, no helps. The only help you will get is the rubber banding, but it is not the greatest of help at times. Like, it's not going to help you that much. So yeah, really, if you're playing this, you're just trying to see how high you can get. And currently, I am in 9th rank with 2,168 other players, which the numbers aren't that high in a lot of these ranks, and especially in the very tops, where there's only 34 people in the game that have hit 11th. Only 34, and they've got a 12th rank on the way, which is nuts. So yeah, that's it there. How the scoring system works in ranked, it's determined based on how much power, like what the power difference is between your car and your opponent's car is. And then if you win, you get a lot of points. If you lose, you get less points. Then there's also a nitrous usage bonus. So if you don't use any nitrous, you'll get 6 lots of extra points. If you use some nitrous, that point bonus goes down a bit more. It's not a big bonus, but yeah, it's not a big bonus, but it still helps you get to the next rank. So you can see here, I needed 500,000 points to get into 9th. I need 650,000 to get into 10th, which, looking at the difference there, I need 144,264 points to get into 10th. So it shows you your progress as you're getting closer and closer. And then what happens at the end of each season, all the scores are tallied, and then when the next season starts, you will move down 2 ranks, like everyone does. Everyone moves down 2 ranks. Like that is the most you will ever move down. But generally, like, your score is cut in half, and then you start again. So really, it's a battle against time and a battle against other players. You got to be best. You got to be the best at the game, and you also got to make sure to be on the ball every single day to get up to the high ranks. Real-time battle adds a very interesting flavor to the game, and also during the races, which I can't show you because I've got the options disabled, because I do find them to be quite a nuisance at times, and I just like the pure racing with no distractions. There's a horn function, and there's a flashlight function, which I am not sure if they are removed from the game. Okay, nope, they're still in there. So you can flash your headlights or beep the horn in the game, which some people use it as quite an annoyance. But there is comfort in knowing that if you have those options disabled, you won't see the horn, and you won't hear the horn, and you won't see the lights flashing. But your opponent can spam it as much as they want, thinking that you can see it and hear it. People use it as an annoyance tactic. Some people use it as a friendly thing, like hello, with the horn. But with the lights, some people use it as quite the nuisance factor. So if you don't want to see that, you can turn that off, which I will show you in a settings video. But yeah, that is everything about. Oh no, hold on. Sorry, 2 more things I forgot. Every Tuesday in Japan, you cannot do ranked real-time battles as the scores get tallied, and then you just keep going. On the last day, so like for April, it'll be the 29th. 29th is the last day you can race and in ranked real-time battle, and then on the 30th, so like the very last day of the month, all the scores get tallied, and you get your gold from whatever rank you are in. And then on the 1st of the next, on the 1st of the following month, so like 1st of May, everyone's scores will be changed accordingly, and then you start all over again. Now there is a special rule if there isn't enough days between the start of the season and the next Tuesday. The Tuesday will be skipped. It's a weird little rule. I think it's about 6 days in between. Like I'll clarify that on the screen. Like if there's not enough days, Bandai Namco will just say, hey, you can race on this Tuesday as an exception. It's just a way to stop players from ranking down too much, and just it gives players enough time to get up higher in the ranks and improve their scores. So that is everything about the battle screen, and if you want to change your car, you can simply tap the car icon in the top left corner like you can do elsewhere. If you need to refill your gas, you can refill your gas here, and yeah, that is the whole battle screen covered there. And oh, someone sent me a challenge, which I'm not really going to respond to it because I know I myself get bored of the friend battles. Sometimes I will do it, sometimes I won't, but yeah, it's just a mood thing. Anyway, that is all of that done there. Next video will be all about the shop, the dealership, and the menu options as the last video. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.